Okay, good evening, dear audience. So this will be a follow-up video to the last, microscopic examination of the 4 slides that were taken from the 3 yellow containers. They were now painted red, and no material was added to them, to the containers, besides additional oil, like just, shemen chamaniot, regular table oil, and bee wax, a little bit of bee wax, and of course it was burning for some time, not a long time, intermittently. During the last 24 hours, not a long time. Also, we have the construction of the 10 bacteria. The construction of the 10 bacteria. Our purpose would be, of course, our purpose was to tell the neurons to create 10 bacteria. Of course, we did not see any 10 bacteria in the last examinations, even though it doesn't mean that it does not exist, because it can be tremendously small, and in any case, you need to create a culture of like any kind of like microbe in order to get it, under the microscope. Otherwise, then you need to be extremely lucky. But if we are successful in our mission, these containers now contain millions of 10 bacteria, and then even four samples, we'll take 2 from this one, and 1 from that one, and 1 from that one. Even 4 samples will be enough at least to see some kinds. We don't see monsters. When they are like huge monsters, you can actually see it by the naked eye. Even though it's called a microbe, they can go tremendously loud. I do not see a monster. I'll search for it in a minute. So I'll prepare the slide before now. It will take me a couple of minutes. So please be patient while this process is ongoing. Okay? We should also, the audience wanted me to take 2 samples from here. This is the container in which, I prepared, over a long time. First of all, the critical phase was on the beach, and then a little bit more. Most of it is already done, but there is still some is still left. So we take. It's very old. It's relatively old. It's 2 months now, but it was under all sorts of processes along the way. So maybe it's interesting to see what's in there. Again, mostly what was already, it's mostly done, but we still have quite a bit, to take at least 2 samples from it. So that's what we will do. It will take me a couple of minutes, so please be patient. I'll do it just in front of you. So nobody will say monkey business. No monkey business. Okay, hopefully this is valid. Excellent. יש לנו פה עזרה מהגנדלפים, תודה רבה גנדלף. השכנים עוזרים לנו בייעוץ, תודה רבה. נותנים לנו פקודות, ערובות, כדי שידע מה לעשות, תודה רבה. תודה רבה על העזרה. בלעדיהם לא היינו מגיעים לאף אחד מההישגים המדעיים האלה, תודה רבה לשכנים. יש פה עוד ייעוץ, תודה על הייעוץ המדעי. אנחנו באמת לא שכחנו לתת קרדיט. תודה רבה על הייעוץ המדעי. נזמין אתכם לסטוקהולם. רק רגע, חסר לי עוד שקף אחד, רגע. חסר לנו שקף, רגע. הכנתי עם טעות 5 במקום 6. הייתי בטוח שהכנתי 6, איפה 6? לא יודע, 5. עכשיו זה היה 6, הכל בסדר. יש פה גם בחוץ שכן שמסביר ומדריך, מנהיג ייעוץ מדעי עם הביפים, כדי שהוא עוזר גם הוא בעבודה המדעית. תודה רבה גם לך, נזמין גם אותך לסטוקהולם, תודה רבה. תודה רבה לכל המייעצים, למייעצים. תודה רבה. תודה לכולכם, לא היינו יכולים לידכם, תודה רבה. Okay, now to from the big crucible. And another one. Okay, so we have now prepared the 6 slides. We'll start the examination. Since 6 is, it's a bit much, we'll do it not very thoroughly. Like, kind of like, I would say, quick way, unless we see something very important. Because, otherwise it's kind of like 6 is a bit much, or maybe we can, I prefer to do it all in one video, so, and not split it to 2 videos, so it will not be very rigorous examination, but just, to get the hang of it. Okay. I remove the gloves after preparing the slides because it's difficult to actually operate the microscope in the other way. But since they are ready, it's less of it's a little bit less of a concern. 6 slides, 2 from the middle one for this one, the 4th from the right for this one, and 2 from the bigger crucible, all colored with both blue and red, as you see. Again, what we wanted is to create a bacteria in tremendous scale. In the 3 crucibles these were the yellow ones that we already have seen in the previous microscopic examination. If we don't see bacteria in either of the 3, it means that, from my perspective, it's failed. So we will change the configuration to some kind of another configuration. This was a new configuration, actually. I couldn't, stand in I extend the potential of trying a new configuration. So I wanted to do something new. If this fails, I'll revert to a previous configuration that is more dependable, and that I know that for certain, almost certain, will give us like a 10 bacteria culture. I really want, sometimes since I've done any science at all, so I wanted to do something new. And it might, be failure, but then, we'll just do it again with kind of like a more kind of like, if you remember, I mentioned that I will do the grill configuration with 2 levels, like 2 floors. And you see that it didn't do it, like I do something else without the grill in the 2 floors. And this might be, it's like hit or miss. If it's miss, okay, so we'll revert to something that we know it works, and hopefully tomorrow we'll take another examination and see if it actually was successful. Of course, it's not a random, decision. This is based on my understanding of the symbolic language, but let's not get into it. This is a microscopic examination, not like a purely science or theoretical talk. Here we start with 64 magnification. We'll use, the regular microscope, Bresser 1. Standard slides with covers that are kind of like not really standard because they cover like, almost the whole slide. It's bigger than, usual, but it's like it's for a big, relatively big sample. It's not like, the pretty usual rectangle, like square ones, but the rectangle that almost cover everything. The problem is, sometimes when there's too much material, like now actually, it doesn't stick very well, and it actually happens right now. So this one was not prepared very well. Anyway, let's see what we can make of it. Hopefully we'll be able to focus. We've taken 2 slides, from that one, from the middle one, we've taken 2 samples, so if this wasn't like correctly created, we can try another one. Okay. So we see neros, of course. Some suggest that they are going to disappear because of the burning. Of course not. They stand fire very, very well. I suppose they are not burned by the fire. This is ridiculous. So can you then detect a trend bacteria? Nice selection of neros, but not trend bacteria yet. So maybe we need to revert to the old one, but we still have quite a bit of slides. So let's not jump to conclusion too quickly. Let's do 150 magnification again for the hang of it. Yeah, tremendous amount of neros. This is nice. It is difficult to focus with that one. The focus parameter, it wasn't created very well because the slide, because of the nature of the cover and too much material. Maybe we'll but we have another one from the same from the same container. We definitely see here. We didn't see trend bacteria. What is this thing here? This can be like a trend bacteria candidate, but not a trend bacteria. So get it back to 64. Nice neros, but not really a trend bacteria. Some suggested the neros are gems. No, they are not. Gems absolutely do not have these kind of optical features. This is ridiculous. Again, 150. Nice, very nice one. Very nice one. Okay, definitely a nice one. Okay, enough with that. Let's take the other slide from the same container. So these are nice neons that we've seen. Big ones actually, but no train yet. Nice big neons, but no train. Is that a train? No. Definitely big ones, very impressive. Very impressive. Let's go for 150 just to get the hang of it. It's a nice one actually. We don't see smaller one. We see mostly the bigger in that one in that sample. But I mean, I guess it's happened. Nice. Okay, enough with that. Okay, so I think we can summarize that. Of course, the neos are alive and well, but no trend bacteria, not in a substantial matter. What we will do is that we will actually revert to like a tool flow configuration that is like more dependable, and then maybe tomorrow, maybe after 7 hours, we'll take another examination. But we are not done yet with this video because we still want to, of course, watch the other 4 samples from the other 2 containers and also from the lower one. So let's do it very quickly. Unless we see something remarkable, I'll kind of go very quickly through it. Just, I mean, I don't want the video to be too long. We don't want it to be demonetized. $60 for magnification. Nice one. This one is much poorer in heroes, must say. I mean, than what we've seen in the past. Still, we see some very big ones, impressive ones, but not really, not many smaller ones. Maybe we'll zoom to 150. Maybe this will change, the picture. So we'll see some more, smaller ones. Okay. Now let's look at the third container of the 3, red ones. Yes, this one is not impressive. Even though we see huge ones, but we don't see many smaller ones. Maybe we switch with 150, we'll see smaller ones. A bit, I mean, not as much as we've seen other ones. Oh, okay. It might be just because of sampling, or again, we'll see some. I mean, and actually we'll see fat ones. I mean, mostly they are very fat. Other but the quantity is not impressive, but it's, I mean, it's not, I mean, it survived the fire. People think so that it's not going to survive the fire. That's ridiculous. Okay, here we see a little bit more. Nice. Nice. This is a nice one, both on the top and the bottom. Okay, so we're pretty much done with that one. Why don't we didn't see many? I think that the problem is that with the two that is not the middle one. We didn't especially to a lot of fire, but we did add a lot of oil and bivac. So and we moved part of it to other containers, to get room, and that's maybe that they are just diluted. The middle one with the two slides, the first slides actually they were pretty impressive by the number and size, but we didn't see the bacteria, which was the objective. So we'll absolutely change this formation to another one that is more dependable. It will be with a kind of a grill and 2 floors, and the three, with the 3 containers on the top floor. Okay. Now before we're done, we have 2 more from the old, this one that is actually it's like months old, but it was subject to so much pain, but not much was left from it, but still, we have quite a bit, so let's just take a look at that to see what treasures and or monsters, are waiting for us in it. יש אינפוט לשכנים, טריגרים פסיכולוגיים, אנחנו מעריכים את זה מאוד. Thank you very much. These are 2 medium-sized ones. Additional ones. Would you see a little bit? I think a little bit. And these are very impressive ones actually. I really like these ones actually. So impressive. Wow. Let's take it to 250. Very nice actually. I like the size. Both they are very nice. These are very nice. And size and complexion, great. We do see smaller ones here and there. Definitely, considering the fact that there was so much material in there, And by volume it still will contain quite a bit, even though like the most of it is gone, but it's still quite a bit is still there. It means that even just the remnants, that the scraps contain tremendous amounts, which is of course great. Nice one. Let's try 150. This is 150. Let's try even a little more than that. Just to touch it to create a flow. So we created a flow by touching it. The slide with the lens. What we've seen in the previous time we've done it in another slide, we don't see like a very small neros in this one. It's not abundant. So there are some very small ones over here, but not very much, not a lot. Let's try here. It became a little bit difficult to focus. Yeah, so now we see a little bit more. Oh, they're running too fast. We create too much flow. But we do. Well, so there are definitely smaller ones. Yes, these are the smaller ones, definitely. Okay, so we see them. So for some reason, the very small ones are much more, detectable in the methane blue than the else in white. This was already also observed in other slides. I'm not sure why. I suspect it's not because of the chemical actually, but because of the how much it's diluted. I suspect that the blue one is more diluted with water. Like when you buy it, it's like a powder, and you add water, and this one is more diluted. And maybe it's just easier to observe it. Maybe the red one, it's just too dense, and maybe this is the reason why. We always, it's easier to detect, especially in the smaller sizes. It's much easier to detect it in the in the small, with the methane blue than the else in white. Now it should be said that in general, methane blue is better for detection of the neros for staining than else in white. This is true in the general case, but not in a very significant way. But yes, it is actually correct that it is. Especially when we take blood samples. I've only taken samples of myself, but yes, in my blood, when I stain it with the blue, methane blue, the neros are much more detectable than when I stain it with the red, with else in white. I'm not sure why. You can. I gladly get any kind of observation in the comment. Might be interesting. Let's get back to 64. Yeah. So we have tremendous amount of neros in this one. Of all sizes, all shapes, very nice, very, very nice. Especially considering it's taken, from such a huge container, which means that this container has a tremendous amount in it. It's not a surprise to us because this is like a special container. Again, it was created first of all over a bonfire over 2 nights, and then all sort of other kind of additional processes. What is this? This is amazing. This is amazing. 64 magnification. This is like a giant. This is a giant. Not a huge surprise because after all this kind of thinking that we've done with that, and so it's still, so we see very good results. Again, mostly the stuff is done, but we still, even just the scraps, it's like several, I think at least 2 or 3 liters. Certainly, yes, maybe even 4 or 5 liters, of the material, which is tremendous amount. No, maybe 3 liters, maybe 4 liters. I'm not sure, but tremendous amount. Okay, let's take, and for the 6th sample is from the same one, from this container, just another sampling. What we didn't see is, כל הדברים האלה שאתם אוהבים לחפש שם תותים, לא יודע, לא תותים, כן תותים. אין שם שום טוטים, כי זה לא קקי, כמו שאתם יכולים יפה מאוד לראות, זה לא קקי. רבותיי, זה איננו קקי. מי שלא מאמין, שישאל את המדען הקרוב למקום מגוריו. זה איננו קקי. וגם לא שום דבר אחר שאתם יכולים למצוא במעבדות שלי, כי אני לא משתמש בקקי. אני לא אומר בעתיד אני לא גזרתי על עצמי לא להשתמש בקקי בעתיד, אבל עד עכשיו לא השתמשתי בקקי, אני מבטיח. כן, השתמשתי בפיפי, בזרע, רוק, לא בקקי. כמובן, זכויות שמורות עם המדען לשנות את העדפותיו בעתיד, אבל אני מודיע לכם איך זה היה עד עכשיו. לא תמצאו פה אפילו טיפה אחת של קקי. יש פה עוד שכן שמעוזר, תודה, נזמין אותך לסטוקהולם, תודה רבה על העזרה, תודה רבה על שכן. ויש שכנים שלי לא רק פה, גם בהוסטל של ההומלסים, הייתי במעצר הבית בדירה של אמא שלי, בלי העצות שלהם לא הייתי מגיע לאף הישג, אז תודה רבה לכולם, כולם מבריקים, נהדרים, חכמים, תודה רבה. So we can see less than before, less than the previous one. This can be due to, just another sample. These things happen. We don't see that much, but we do see some. More to the smaller size. Let's go to 150 modification. We see smaller ones. Not a huge amount, but we do see smaller ones. Nice. This one is very nice actually. Let's get back to 64. We have one in the middle which is very, very nice actually. Nice, very nice ones actually. Pretty big. Less quantity than the previous one, but still a very nice quantity and big sizes. Humongous even. This one is very big. Okay, good sampling. Great, great container. This really, gives me kind of, maybe motivation to produce another one like that. But this is quite a hassle. You need to go to the beach, for like at least one night, if not even more than one night. Like you need to do it like on a bonfire, and then even more treatment. I'll do it, but I need to get my, to kind of regain my strength. Nice. A really nice amount, healthy amount of various sizes. This one is huge. Okay, great. These two samples were, above expectation considering it's like remnants, but remnants of an excellent container. So we have, and still even the remnants is like a few liters, so we have tremendous amount in this container actually. These are very nice. You see like the great, shape. Okay, so that will be it. Okay, so we continue, working on the trend bacteria configuration, and hopefully reverting to a more kind of dependable setup in which we had more success in the past. So stay with us. Thank you very much.